Okay. Um, let me move on. Next person here on my list, I have Abiola. Abiola, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello everyone, good morning. My name is Abiola. I'm a business development expert, but I also work with the Scandium team, right? So yeah, basically I'm here to learn one or two things about software testing. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's move ahead then. We have Mr. Ni here, Ni Adola. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yeah, Dini Adonai is my name, a QA engineer, work with Soft Alliance and Resources Limited. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you. Let's move ahead. Next on my list here, I have Stella. Are you here with us? Please introduce yourself. Okay. While in case you're speaking, your mic is muted. While she's getting her mic, let me go ahead. Someone else have Ogumola Akinwumi here. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
So I am Akim Yogumola. I'm a software tester intern at Soft Alliance.
Interesting. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay. Um. Next, I have Ben. Ben, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Ben. Um, I'm a software tester with Scandium Systems. It's good to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here, Ben. I have next here with me Angelis. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Angelis, good morning.
Angelis. Thank
Yeah,
you. It's a pleasure. Please introduce yourself.
my name is Dominic Angelis, and I work as a software tester in South Alliance and Resources Limited. And I'm glad to be here too.
It's a
Thank you
pleasure
for
to
the
have you here.
opportunity. Yeah.
Welcome. All right, then we have a couple of others who have not gotten their mic. People coming in and out. Okay, I have Ibrahim. Ibrahim, please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Ibrahim Adebisi. I'm the product marketer at Scandium. I'm here to learn about software testing.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us, Ibrahim. So it's a pleasure to have all of you here. We hope we're going to have an interesting conversation together. If you still have friends, colleagues in QA, interested in QA, who are still going to join, feel free to forward them the invite again and let them join as soon as possible. By the way, this session is being recorded. It also means you're able to access the recording after this session. It's a pleasure to have you here once again. Before I go ahead, I have a couple of other people in the house. Let's take that opportunity to also know them and then go ahead to the session fully. So let me invite Mr. I hope it's a Mr. because again, Bola can be both. Mr. Hakim Bola, uh, please introduce yourself to the house. Let us know you, please. You can tell us your name, what you do, and any interesting fact about yourself.
Okay, good morning. My name is Akimbola, right? So I'm also I'm into QA. So any interesting thing about myself, I'm fun to be with.
Interesting. I can already feel that. Interesting. Thank you for coming. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Mr. Abdul Fattah Jami, do you want to also introduce yourself? Let's know your name, what you do, any interesting facts about yourself.
Yeah, it's nice being in the midst of seasoned experts, and I'm into software quality assurance, and I also do a little bit of um, programming, like front end and back end, just a little bit of it. But I like teamwork and working with people. That's just it. Thank you.
Interesting, interesting. It's a pleasure to have you here, Mr. Abdul Fattah. Um, I hope because the list is now okay. I think I have Vera in the house. Welcome, Vera. Please introduce yourself. Let us know what your name is, what you do, any interesting fact about yourself.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Jaffa. My name is Vera, and um, interesting fact about myself. Okay, currently I'm training to be a software tester. Yeah, I think, and I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. That's all about me. Thank you.
Interesting. It's a pleasure to have you here, Vera. Thank you for coming around. Let me move on to Bashirat. Bashirat, please introduce yourself. Let us know your name, what you do, any interesting fact about yourself.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, good
Um,
morning.
I'm a software tester who recently relocated to the UK, so I'm kind of currently job hunting in the UK. I finished up with my training around May, and I've been trying to pick up um, lessons here and there to improve myself. Thank you.
That that's very interesting, Bashirat. It's a pleasure to have you here. Yeah, I hope I've exhausted that list. In case I'm yet to come to you, feel free to let me know. By raising up your hand. If we're still not able to get to everybody, we're gonna come back before the end of the session. Again, networking is very important. There are only a couple of superstars in the QA industry. And when I say couple, I don't mean it's just 2 or 10 people. I actually mean that when you compare to other professions in the tech space, we don't really have as much QA people as we need yet, because yes, you guys are the superstars, that make sure that whatever we're putting out there for our customers, our users, is top notch. So I'm going to go ahead to the real session, the major reason why we are here, so that we do not take a lot of time. Again, I'm going to come back to the introduction sessions, so that we're able to take all the people that we're yet to hear from at the moment. So let me go ahead to invite our guest speaker for today to discuss the topic exploring innovations in QA testing. By the way, this is a monthly engagement. What we have here at Test Drive is a monthly, it's the fourth edition already. We do this monthly Saturdays at the end of the month, which means we'll still be coming your way again next month. And we do a couple of things on Test Drive here. We do tips and how to's, um, tips and tricks, career hacks and things like that, such that you are able to get a hang of tools and skills that you need to succeed in a QA career, whether you are at the beginning of your career or you are an experienced professional already. It's a pleasure to have all of you here again. Let me now move ahead to our guest speaker for today, who's going to take us through the topic exploring innovations in QA testing. No other person than the powerful Sadiq Elusoji. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Hi, Jafar. Thank you for the warm introduction. And it is nice to meet everyone here. I've heard a couple of very interesting profiles, very interesting people staying in interesting places. Okay, so I'm going to go on to share my screen, and it's nothing serious, just to talk to us about what we already know. I mean, there's no new thing under the sun, like they say. So, believing my screen is visible. Today, I'm here to talk to us about innovations in QA. Yes, I'm very sure many of the things we'll be talking about, there are things you're already familiar with. We are only here to do some couple of reminders to ourselves to, okay, get one or two things into how to explore these things and put them to use. So hopefully, over the next 20 or so minutes, you'll be able to pick one or two things away from this particular session. Okay, so for this talk, it's going to be very short. We're going to look at some trends in software testing, artificial intelligence, the shiplet testing, test automation, and collaboration. And we'll just talk summarily about creativity being a driver of innovation in QA. So, who am I? I'm Sadiq, like you read. I don't know why Jafar didn't ask me to introduce myself during the rounds of introduction, uh, because I'm also here to learn about QA, about software testing, just like everyone here. So I'm a software enthusiast in every way you can think about it. I'm a software engineer, I'm a software tester, I'm a software intern, anything about software. You could even say I'm a software engineering manager too. So generally, I enjoy everything and anything about software. So does that make me qualified to talk to you? I don't know. You will probably be a judge of that at the end of this. Okay, so getting into the meat of it. First off, what is innovation? Innovation is the practical implementation of ideas that result in the introduction of new goods and services, or improvement in how we deliver goods and services. What does this mean for us? Whether we like it or not, innovation is a part of our lives. It is the reason we are not the same way we were 100 years ago. It is the reason we find new ways to do things. It is the reason horse riding was a thing 100 years ago, and today, instead of wanting to buy a horse, what everyone is looking to buy is probably a Benz, AMG, GLE, or some are even looking to buy private jets, and so on and so forth. So, uh, innovation is always going to happen, and the best thing for us as an industry, as a people, as individuals, is to embrace innovation rather than trying to fight it or waiting to just catch up. So we should be actively involved in the process of innovation and adopting and embracing innovation. So what are some of the recent innovations in software testing? Yes, these are things that are available generally in the software industry. Even some have been around for a couple while, just for us to do some form of reminders to ourselves. Okay, the first interesting thing we'll be looking at concerning trends in software testing is going to be the rise of the AI and the ML tools and frameworks. So, like we already know, AI is transforming many aspects of software development, including testing and quality assurance. AI powered tools can do very interesting things. They can automate complex and repetitive tasks, generate and execute test cases, analyze test results, and provide insights and recommendations. When you do tests, when you execute your test cases as a software tester, there could be issues and so on and so forth. So one of the ways that AI and ML tools come in is what has gone wrong. How can I know exactly what has gone wrong with my tests? Is it a problem with the platform? Is it a problem with the app I'm testing, and so on and so forth? So what are the possible remediation means to overcome these challenges? Another interesting way that we can put AI to use is many of the tools or platforms we are building today, they are platforms with known problems. So where there are patterns to the things we are building. And this is one of the places or areas where AI shine. That is to say, if you're building an e-commerce platform, for example, and you're using an AI testing tool, employing this kind of tool can easily have you generating your test cases without you even having to lift so much as your 10 fingers by saying, okay, feed your particular product, that is the e-commerce platform you want to test, feed it into an AI tool and say, okay, generate 100 test cases for me regarding or relating to the e-commerce software platform. The AI tool is going to have to generate this thing for you, and by so doing, you've cut time you would have otherwise spent doing a lot of documentation and so on when it comes to creating test cases. Yeah, with AI powered testing, you can leverage natural language processing, computer vision, machine learning to test applications across different platforms. So there are tools like Reflect or Test Trigger where you can just define tests like you would you're talking to a user. So if you want to create test cases, you can say, okay, log into the platform, look for an email field and type in email to it. So you just say your text normally or type your text like you're interacting with a user, and this AI tool will then generate an actual test script for you from this natural language that you've sent to it. So yes, while this might not be 100% perfect, it provides a kind of platform for you to leverage on to cut time you would have otherwise spent starting things from scratch or from the beginning. So AI is very important. It is very cool, I would say, and it is something that we should be looking to embrace rather than wanting to fight. Yes, it might look like, oh, we are software testers. Is AI coming to take our jobs? No. Just like for software engineers, you can fight it from today till tomorrow, but then it will not change what is going to happen. Instead, you should be looking as an individual on how to be above this particular trend. So AI is trending, just like for writers, for example. Yes, when Chat GPT first came out, a lot of people said, "Oh, writers are going to be obsolete. They're not no longer going to be relevant, and so on and so forth." But then, writers who are smart, what they did, instead of trying to fight ChatGPT, what did they do? They started leveraging ChatGPT to build a kind of foundation when it comes to their writing. So, for example, you need to proofread. You can feed the content you've written into ChatGPT and have it proofread it for you. You need to paraphrase and all of those things. So, instead of taking the jobs of these writers away, it instead they started using it to improve the quality of their own work. And this is something we can also take a lesson from as software testers. Instead of fighting AI or ML and seeing it as something that is supposed to take away our jobs, instead, we should see it as an enabler, something that improves how fast we can do our jobs and even the quality of our job. So, that said, the next thing we'll be looking at is going to be shift left testing when it comes to software testing. On this call, I believe a lot of people are familiar with the SDLC, that is the software delivery lifecycle, software development lifecycle. So, in the software development lifecycle, we have the various phases, and from the typical diagrams that we're all familiar with, we know testing most usually comes at the end of the cycle. But then, this doesn't always have to be so. With the shift left, instead of putting testing at the end now, we can also shift testing towards the left, that is towards the beginning, where as we're planning the software development, we are also taking testing into account. So it means software testers are also getting to become stakeholders in software planning, in the software development process. So instead of software testing now becoming an afterthought, something that you do when you think, okay, we're done building the product. So instead, as you're pulling together your product managers, your engineers, your designers in planning your software, again, you are involving the software testers. So this is something that companies really should take into consideration. But then companies on their own, knowing how businesses work, when they cannot see an immediate return on a particular investment, it is something they tend not to want to dabble into. However, as software testers, we should be able to come up with ways to get ourselves involved in these processes. So attend meetings, ask for invites to these planning calls, such that during the planning stages of this software products that we're building, you are being involved in the decision making. So, set shift left, testing emphasizes the importance of integrating testing and quality assurance in the early stages of the software development lifecycle. Testing aims to prevent defects, reduce work, and improve collaboration and feedback among developers, testers, and stakeholders. It also involves applying testing techniques and tools throughout software development lifecycle, such as unit testing, code analysis, continuous integration, and continuous development or delivery. So one of the things about shift left testing is usually developers or DevOps people would have a, a CI/CD pipeline, that is continuous integration and continuous delivery, where we're able to release software faster because the process of releasing the software after a developer makes their change is being automated. So all a developer needs to do is push their change to whatever versioning system they use, Git, GitHub, Bitbucket, and the likes. So with shift left testing, we are adding testing into the pipeline such that um, in a lot of cases, when there are even bugs with what is being pushed, it doesn't get to production at all. It is caught along the way, and then the developer is fed back, and they have to make changes to their code, make updates to it before it gets released into production. Then, yes, afterwards, software tester comes in again to then do the final validation to ensure what is being released to production is indeed worthy to be released. So we said shift left testing can help QA engineers deliver high quality software faster and more reliably. So test automation. Funny enough, in my journey into software testing, this is something that I see a lot of testers run away from. And one of the reasons why I think a lot of software testers run away from it is when you hear test automation, the first thing that probably comes to your mind is, oh, I need to write code. Yes, while you can use coding to automate software testing, there are also other means by which you can achieve automation. But then, again, just like in the case of artificial intelligence and machine learning, this is something we should embrace rather than try to fight it. Because businesses want to improve their bottom line. They want to make things more efficient. And as a tester, you also want to make things more efficient for your company, because if you're not doing that, you're costing the company more money than they should spend. And it is only a matter of time before your company starts to look, oh, do we even need a software tester? And so on and so forth. And oh, let us just let these guys go. But then, if you're able to automate, it puts you a bit above the curve. It allows you be a sort of leader. One single software test automator amongst, say, 50 others is most likely going to be regarded more. because it looks like you can do something that other people cannot do. So this is why we should embrace automating software testing. Today, there are so many tools that allow us to automate tests without necessarily having to write code. There are some that are low code platforms where, yes, you can do an hybrid of writing code and not writing code. And there are platforms that are even outrightly not, there are outrightly no code platforms where you almost don't even have to write code at all, and you can still automate your test cases. So one of the things that test automation does for us as a people, as users, is it helps you think about a particular test case in isolation. That is, how does this test run successfully without my involvement? Again, if I look at it, this is just basic way of making life easier for myself. Something that I could have to do 100 times, just do it once and have a platform do it for me 99 other times. I think personally this makes sense, and it is something that I want to do for myself. Again, automation is one of the things that has birthed the most of the things we do today. So from previously driving manual cars to today driving automatic transmission vehicles. So instead of having to rotate gears here and there, I mean, you want to make life easier for yourself, just put your car into drive and you're good to go. So so many things that we do today, we want to automate them, even beyond software testing. So test automation is something we should embrace and not see as a way to take away our jobs, just like in the case of AI and machine learning. So, applying test automation will save time and resources. It will increase efficiency and reliability and focus on more creative and challenging aspects of testing, such as test design, analysis, and reporting. So instead of having to spend your time doing repetitive testing, you can spend it getting more creative. You can spend it doing more things, thinking about the product than just having to click here and there all the time. So with test automation, it becomes easier to generate test data, to generate tests for different scenarios, to simulate user actions, or even verify test results. So one last thing we'll be looking at when it comes to innovations or trends in software testing is collaboration. The essence of collaboration can never be overemphasized. Just like we started this session with networking, it is a form of collaboration. So introducing ourselves, getting to know each other. So collaboration could happen or be in different phases or happen in different ways. So creativity and innovation in software testing are not solo activities. They are the result of collaboration and communication with others who have different perspectives, experiences, and expertise. I think one thing that software engineers were able to crack early on is the importance of collaboration. And that is why you would have in software programming, you would have what we call peer programming sessions where probably a more senior software engineer and maybe an intermediate or junior engineer would work together on the same session, looking at code together, trying to solve the same problem at the same time. So what that gives you, what it affords you is you're able to have a second eye look into what you're doing. They can easily provide some form of guidance, and also even beyond guidance, there are times when even top quality or senior engineers want to overcomplicate solutions, and a junior person coming in with their own mindset of simplicity just say, oh, what if we do something like this? And it looks like a simpler solution. So it saves the senior time of having to overthink some of these problems too. So collaboration is very important. And what makes it very interesting is how you're able to combine people with different perspectives, experiences, and expertise. So the very experienced ones, the one with the beginning experiences, the one with the intermediate. You're having all of these people come together to think about a problem. So to demonstrate your creativity and keep up with innovation in software testing, you need to collaborate with others. such as developers, business analysts, product owners, users, and even other testers. You can collaborate with others by sharing your test ideas, feedback, or results, asking questions or clarifications, seeking advice or support, or participating in brainstorming or review sessions. Again, I'll make references to software engineers. It is something that we find very easy doing when they are stuck on challenges or situations. They ask questions. That is why we have Stack Overflow today that is filled with probably a billion questions on different things, on different software problems. Where, okay, then you would have people who have experienced or encountered this kind of problems, preferring solutions in different ways. So we should ask questions. There are ways by which we can keep up with the innovation that is happening in our industry. So by collaborating with others, can learn from them, gain insights, and improve our testing quality and effectiveness. So that brings us summarily to the end of some of the innovations that are happening in the software quality industry and how we can take advantage of them. So I would say creativity is a driver of innovation, not just in QA, but in every aspect of our life. Creativity is very important because it is that process of coming up or thinking of an idea. So there's a problem we need to solve. What are the different ways in which you can solve it? You have a question? Okay.
No, go
So
ahead.
software quality assurance, like software engineering, is not just about the tools that are available to you. It greatly depends on how well you can creatively deploy the tools to be useful to you. An illustration of this is using different programming languages, PHP, JavaScript, Java, Python, and so on and so forth. We can build almost anything. And the ways by which you are going to build these things will be different. The way A would build it, their solution would probably be different from the way B would build it. But then at the end of the day, we are achieving the same results. So it is an indication that the tools are not the problem solvers. We are the problem solvers. We are the one putting the tools to use. If you give a non programmer a tool like PHP, for example, and ask them to build something, they most likely would not be able to build it. Why? Because they are not able to even solve the problem. So just knowing how to use the tool is never enough to be able to solve problem. So you need to be able to think properly to solve day-to-day problems that you would always encounter when it comes to software testing. So so I'll just leave us with this closing remark. Says the great benefits that the industry gets from innovations is to grow and adapt to change more quickly. Because again, change will always happen. If software development is achieved more and efficiently with quality through innovations in testing, IT companies can grow and scale their product or services, making the whole industry grow. So that brings me to the end of this very short talk. I would hope you would have questions and feedback, which we will take over the next couple of minutes. Once again, thank you for having me, Jafar and the Scandium team. It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. Bye from me.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to listen to you. I'm sure a lot of people have learned, just like how I have. Interesting. Always interesting to talk about innovation in any field at all. So yes, we have a couple of things to go before the end of this session. We have an interesting quiz for ourselves. We also have Q&A for those of us that have one or two questions. So let's see. Do we have anybody here that has questions at all? Show of hands, so I can see how much questions we have, so we can go through them. manage time. Okay, I'm seeing questions dropping in the chat already. So please, if you do have questions, please drop it in chat so we're able to take these questions one after the other. Before we come back to questions, we're going to go on to a quiz. It's quiz time. It's quiz o'clock. Well, I don't know. I'm a very competitive person, so I love quizzes. So I'm sure this is going to be an enjoyable one. So yeah, we're going to do this together. Everybody can participate. So and all you need to do is visit the link. Let me share my screen so you can see. Visit the link and get ready to get started. Sharing my screen now. Please confirm you can see my screen. Can everybody see?
No, I can't.
Hello.
I can't see your screen from my end here.
Oh, interesting. Let me check that out again. Wow. What about now?
It's not up.
No, I still can't at all.
Hello.
We can't see your screen.
You still can't see your
Still can't
screen.
see. Yeah.
Just are you using multiple screens, sir?
Okay, let me stop sharing this then.
If you're using multiple screen, maybe you can share all windows,
Okay, I'm
the
gonna
entire
drop a
window.
link. Ibrahim, please drop the take the quiz together so we do not take. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I just drop the link to the quiz. You can check the incoming messages.
Yeah, I'm doing that now. Ibrahim, please drop the link in chat
Yeah, the link is there already.
so we can go ahead and not take um,
Can everyone see the link?
out of our precious time.
Yeah, we've seen the link, but I'm not sure we know how to play the game.
Yeah, so Ibrahim is going to share his screen right now, and then he's going to take the question one after the other. When once it slides to the next question, you're going to see it on your on the page you are on. You're going to see the next question, and you're going to be able to pick the options. So all you need to do after entering your name is just stay on that page. So once it moves to the question, you see the question, and then you'll be able to now go ahead. So Ibrahim, please, over to you. Ibrahim, are you with us?
Yes, the game has started already. You're already playing the game.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Hello.
We can hear you.
All right. My apologies for the network glitch. Ibrahim, are you here with us? Okay, so let us go ahead and answer a few of the questions that we have while we get the quiz sorted. So I'll go back to our guest speaker to answer the question we have on chat, and then we're going to come back to the quick quiz. So, Sadiq.
The quiz is going on.
Okay, I thought you paused already. Let's go ahead then. Can you share your screen, please, so we can follow? I guess I'm the only one missing out on this quiz. Let me get back in. Interesting, yeah. Wow. Interesting. Wow, we have a winner. We have a winner. Okay, this time we would have to know, would need to know who is who. I know that we have all used alias. I'm seeing Millie, I'm seeing Sebastian, I'm seeing Homer, Clippy. Do you guys want to let us know who is who? At least we can know our winner. Winner, please show yourself. At least
Um,
I know. I
um, my name is Christiana.
interested. A round of applause for Christiana, please. You can unmute your mic to do that applause. I don't want you to just use Google Meet this thing, please. So do applause. Wow, interesting. So okay, should I poke further and know who are the people down the line? Do you want to tell us? Okay, if you are proud, I mean, tell us your alias. Let's find you here.
I'm Sebastian.
Oh, interesting. That's Bashirat. A round of applause for her too, please. So he came second. So let's, who is Virtue? Well, by virtue of coming third, you should tell us who you are.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Virtue.
Oh, you don't finish. Oh, we don't have guys on this call. A round of applause.
Thank
Oh,
you.
interesting.
It's women's
Interesting.
world.
It's a
The
women.
guys are
Ah,
just living in it.
nice. Nice. If our guest speaker was a lady, I would have said that maybe, maybe they rigged in favor of ladies or something like that. But then I don't see why our guest speaker will break the bro code, to give the ladies. And the quiz master is also a guy, so I'm wondering what happened, guys. Oh my god, ladies are just, I don't know. Okay, come on, you don't
Well,
get this one.
let's know AZ too. Who is AZ? Can he or she
Oh,
please?
oh, he or she. Okay, is it a she?
At this point, AZ should be identified as a she, I beg. Well, so I am AZ, and this is actually so interesting. Like, I also have been fought. Who is in first? Who is in second? Waiting happen. Great one, guys.
Well done, guys. Well done. Well done. Interesting one. I hope we'll be able to have even more technical ones some other time. This was just, sneak peek, something fun and fast, to get the mood lightened up a bit. So thank you very much for participating. It's a pleasure. I'm not sure what we want to give Millie today, but definitely we are going to make sure to give you something. I mean, that could even be as juicy as getting a free Scandium account for some months. Don't let me define how long, so that I'm sure that my pocket can take care of the. Okay, interesting. I'm sure you have a Scandium account, right? So, well, maybe I should confirm that first. Do you have a Scandium account? If you do that, if you already have the free Scandium option, because again, everybody can go ahead to create a Scandium account today and try out Scandium for free. Yes, for free. But then we also have the the premium version, the enterprise version for organizations and all of that. That is definitely paid, and you have access to some more interesting features. Yeah, we're going to definitely reach out and see how to um, give Millie some things, something to be our cop for the World Cup, for winning the quiz today. Thank you very much for participating, everybody. It's a pleasure. It's an Olympic, right? It's about participation. Yeah, and thank you to our guest speaker. I love the talk about innovation. One thing that sparks my interest um, in innovation is speed and scale. When we talk about innovation, we talk about technology, when we talk about artificial intelligence. Um, we are talking about speed and scale. We want to increase the speed at which you can do stuff. We also want you to be able to do it much, much faster, like scale. You're able to do one today. Can we do 10 tomorrow? Can we do 100 next? Can we do 1,000 next? And that is the magic that happens when we take innovation seriously, and we use the right tools to make sure that we can increase, the pace at which we can deliver. A tool like Scandium, a no-code software test automation tool, is definitely in that direction, because instead of you having to write lines of code to automate your tests, with just a simple record and play, you're able to get all of the test cases recorded and effectively captured on Scandium, and then you can send Scandium the job. Think of it as having that assistant that you can ask to test for you every time. Say, hey Scandium, please test all of our product for me. And we have amazing tools, a lot of them that I know you get to. Again, on this test drive session, we usually go into how those tips and tricks and career hacks that enables you to um, grow your career and make things better for yourself as a quality assurance engineer, because again, it should not be a bottleneck, it should be an enabler for everyone doing products. So make sure to check out Scandium. Our website is getscandium.com. Ibrahim, please help me put that in the chat. And of course, follow us on social media. Lots of interesting things to follow. And this session is something you should always also look forward to. Because like I mentioned, we do this every month. Um, and yes, next month would even be more interesting. We look forward to even bringing guests and also having engaging sessions that benefits us all, whether you are a beginner or you are far along in the career path of quality assurance. So let's answer one of the questions we have. I think somebody asked a question about being a founder. Guest speaker, can you quickly help us answer that? Then I'm going to announce the cash prize we're going to have for Millie. Yeah, we're going to have a cash prize aside that. Yeah, that doesn't stop. So you don't say, oh, so because I check my pocket and I see that if you pay for Scandium for Millie like this, I can't run. Say, I beg, let me just do small cash. Yeah, we're still going to have that. So don't worry. Um, Okay. I can see on my screen here, Millie is already smiling, even though it is Ibrahim's screen that we're seeing. But the emoji here is nice. So yeah, please check out Scandium. Ibrahim has posted the link. Also join our community. We have a community on Slack you can join, where we hope to continue to grow together, network, and meet ourselves. Again, networking is super duper important. In the journey, get to know more people, and that's why we prioritize introducing ourselves. Don't worry, I'm still gonna give about 2-3 minutes for people who have not introduced themselves earlier. So let me get back to Sadiq to answer the question we have, and then we can go to bring this to a wrap.
All right. Thank you, Jafar, and thank you, Abdulaziz Ogunjobi, for the question. Um, your question is, as a startup founder, at what point should I worry about hiring QAs, considering I have a very lean budget? Okay, so as a startup founder, from the moment it is important to you that your users have a good experience, your users' transactions are successful, your users want to click here and they're able to click, your users are able to use your product the way you intend. So this, I believe, is from day one. So QAs, testers, as a founder should not be an afterthought. So they should be incorporated into your process from day one. From the moment you need to get a designer, get a product manager, get an engineer, because again, testing is important, except you're fine shipping something that doesn't work or that might not work to your customers. So I believe I'm able to answer your question, Mr. or Mrs. Abdulaziz.
Interesting. Do we have any other questions for him? Okay, if there are no other questions, it's important to note one thing again. He talked about creativity, and I'm a fan of talking about this because, again, no matter how beautiful a tool is, it remains only a tool to be used by a creative mind. It means that, I mean, maybe I should ask this question. Have you ever had that experience where you see something, an innovative software product, and you're like, do you mean, I mean, some people build this. I mean, are they magicians or something? Do you get the point? So it is more or less like different people can do different things with the same tool. It's just about how creative they get with that tool. It means you will be able to do certain things. Another person would feel limited by the tool, whereas they're actually limited by their creativity. So please, creativity is very key, regardless of what innovation we're talking about, regardless of what tool that we are trying to put to good use. Okay, let's go on to announce what our prize is. Cash prize for Millie. Again, that's the name. You already got a nickname. I mean, maybe you have this nickname already before, but then now you have it on everybody's minds. Everybody knows Millie today. Please make sure to congratulate Millie on social media for winning this. Well, it's going to be a small one. And like I said, I'm still not running away from the promised
What is the cash price? I'm not sure I heard it.
Scandium access. We're going to talk, reach out and talk about that. And maybe we'll have more people. Drum roll, please. Software to back. Okay, you want it to go over. Merely a 10,000 naira, 10,000 naira says. If there's something like that, you count the naira one after the other. A round of applause. 10,000 naira cash prize, courtesy of Scandium. My CEO's approval. Thank you very much. Okay, as for others, we give them God's goodwill and best wishes. For somebody like me that got 15th position out of 15 people, well, I tried. Um,
You're supposed to pay Scandium.
Interesting. So the first person gets a prize from Scandium. So the last should pay Scandium. Makes sense. I like that analogy. Okay, but then maybe I should petition the CEO of Scandium. I don't know why. I mean, we are both first. I don't know how you're looking at this. I mean, Millie is first. Yes, I'm also first. I mean, from another angle. So I feel this is genderism, or what should we call it, or positionism, or something. You know, I can see Millie looking at me like no Allah. Anyway, we can share the price. Let me not loud it. Abi, you not go share me.
Sure.
Sure. That's what we're saying. I mean, we're first from the rear, first from the. You get. Thank you.
If we are
Okay, it's a
using,
pleasure. Yeah. What? Say what you're talking.
I said if we are using reverse positioning, so if Scandium is paying Millie, that means you should pay me Scandium. It
So
works
so
that
you're
way.
supporting. Okay, no comment. Let's. It seems like I don't win this case. I would like, since I have the mic, I'm going to put off everybody else's mic, since you guys are not willing to support me. All right, thank you very much, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you here. Interesting conversation around exploring innovations and quality assurance. And the reality about the tech ecosystem is new things keep coming up. I'm sure for subsequent sessions, we're going to look deeper into specific tooling and specific features, that you can now make your quality assurance processes easier with. You talked about AI and ML. You talked about no code, low code, and no code solutions that now make it easy peasy for you to create, and maintain automated test cases like what Scandium does for you. And I'm sure we're able to take this conversation further. Feel free to interact with us on our community on Slack. Ibrahim dropped the link earlier, and yes, we're going to send the link across. If you also want to access the recording of this session, we're also going to send that across to you. Again, remember that this session holds monthly. It means we'll still see you next month, and we'll be sure to send you across. Send you the invite to that session once we are ready for that. Thank you very much, everyone. If there are no questions or comments, I'd like to bring this webinar to a close. Thank you for coming, and have a great one.